Skadoosh ASMR heavy. Hey, it's me, your best bud with the ASMR goods. Today we're doing a little bit of video gaming. We're playing Hot Wheels Unleashed, the first one. I haven't played the second one. Well, at least not yet anyway. I do plan on playing that second game at some point. Hopefully it's better, but here is my car, the only car we'll be using in this video, and that is Hollowback. It's an Acceleracers classic. Acceleracers. Unbelievable film franchise. I wish I would finish off, but it is what it is. Hot Wheels can't recognise what they've got sometimes, I guess. But yeah, I love this game. I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed it. Shout out Talk Maddox, because this is his car from Accelerators. Like I say, it's called Hollowback, but this is a different skin of it. Usually it's like a dark red slash, I guess you say it's a burgundy colour maybe. I don't know. But anyway, let's get straight into talking about this awesome game. Hopefully this video finds you out, and hopefully you are good today. Hopefully. So yeah, I straight up love this game, I cannot lie. This really gave me Stunt Track Challenge vibes, and that's one of my favourite games of all time, Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge. It wasn't quite as good because there wasn't, in that sense, because there wasn't any challenges like in that, but the racing aspect of this game really brought me back to that. It was the same kind of like arcade style driving. The difficulty was changeable. I liked the selection of tracks. The selection of cars was really good. The fact that they did have Accelerators based cars like this one, as well as real cars, as well as other cars from their stock, for example, Roger Dodger, 24/7, Bone Shaker, etc. They had loads of different monster trucks. You'll see some monster trucks in this. But yeah, I like the track selection. I like the little crossovers they did as well. They had like a Batman, Looney Tunes, and another one. I forget what that one was though, but there's some crossovers. These little set pieces in the game, like these spiders, which I get crashing into, and there's some really good ones in the Looney Tunes tracks later on. You'll see like swinging bits and rockets, like with Wile E. Coyote and stuff. They're quite cool, as well as they had some like green ones, which were acid trips for like from like the Scorpion that was at the start. I think they shoot out certain things, and then there's like wind, tornadoes that you can get stuck in and stuff. The little set pieces of that, which are cool. So basically, if you don't stay in the groove, like pork chop, you will get stuck and you will lose time. I like the boost system in this. That's cool. Depending on the car, it's different. Like in this car, you get 2 boost saves up for some night trucks. I wish I called it night trucks like in Accelerators. That'd be cool, but they didn't. But you get a couple of those in this car. Some cars have more, some cars have less. All the different cars have different stats. I don't think it really matters too much. Too much in terms of winning, unless you're in the higher difficulties, which I didn't play on. I'm not that good at these games. I'm not gonna lie, any games I'm not that really good at. I just play for the fun, and that's what life's about, in my opinion. But if you still want to have a high quality, you want to have a very a challenge in a game, then yeah, I think you can increase it enough where it would be a challenge for somebody that's very good. If that's you, that's awesome. But yeah, the selection of cars, like I say, is very good. But on top of that, you also get different liveries. So you get the livery the car comes with, but then there's like a livery designer, so you can make your own, or there's a selection from the community that you can then download and use on your car, which is what I'm using now on this. It's one I just found for this that was blue, and I was like, oh, that looks very nice, I like that, so I stuck it on. Yeah, the track. There's also a track creator in the game, talking about things you can create. I didn't really create any liveries myself, it was too difficult. I did have a go at creating some tracks, so I didn't do a very good job at that either. I won't lie. But the system for it seems quite good. The way that you put in different assets and build it together is quite decent, the tools for it. So I think if you put more time, you could probably make something good. But you can also use community tracks in the same way as the liveries. So you could download a track somebody else has made, which I did a few times. But the way that you then play that is a bit poor. You can't actually play split screen for it, I don't think. I couldn't figure it out anyway, unless it was too difficult. You play them online, I think, maybe, I don't know. I bet the only thing I could get going with custom tracks is just time trials. Essentially, you drive around on your own to get a good lap time and stuff. That could have been a bit better, I won't lie. If there was a better way of doing that made just more sense. It was super easy. It could just be like jump into split screen or online. Although I didn't play online, like I said, I'm not that good, and actually finding some races a lot of the time, because I'm a bit late to the party for this game. Maybe Unleashed 2 has got a better player pool, for a better phrase. So yeah, other than that though, I will say the single player, which is the only stuff I tend to play when I play games these days, is very good. The little, what was that called? They called it the story mode, essentially. Is quite decent. They called it something else, but I forget what it's called. It's like this Rumble City or something they called it. But yeah, you have to like beat each challenge as you go, each race, and then it unlocks the next one, and then it's like on a map and stuff. I should just put a video in, but I did not get one. But yeah, that's quite good. I completed most of it. So the place where I got stuck though is near the end with some of the time trials. You have to get a certain time, and some of them are quite deep, some of them are quite hard, because actually the best way to drive isn't the way the game tries to make you drive. Drifting and boosting is the most fun to do in this game, I think. But to actually drive fast, you need to kind of pair that up a little, but mainly hit the apexes and the lines. Drive like you would in real life to actually get a good lap time, which I actually find a bit more difficult in this game. Like I say, I just get caught up in trying to drive the way that I feel like the game's making you trying to drive, and that's having a bit more fun drifting and overtake. Like, well, no, night trials obviously you can't overtake it, night trials, but drifting, boosting, and doing little tricks and stuff, I just get sucking in. So yeah, I'm a bit trash again, good lap times, but like I said, I'm not that good at it anyway. But in terms of overall fun, it's an absolute 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10 of a game for the fun factor. Like I say, the drifting, the racing, awesome, so much fun. The little boost strips, the choices of different things and the set pieces that you can avoid and things like that, they're just making for a good laugh. And when you can maybe get somebody else stuck in it, or you beat them, pip someone to the line right at the end to win the race. Oh, what a feeling. So much fun. For real. Like I say, just give me this. The only thing that would make this better, because they didn't have accelerators packages, was to actually just chuck out an accelerators game, to be honest. If we're talking about accelerators, but if they could have added some tracks on that would have been so good. Especially if then you have like set pieces in that, which was like racing drones, or the silencers or whatever, and you have to like maneuver through those. Especially, I forget what the sweep. I think it's called the sweeper, the big one from accelerators that was first really seen in the Metro realm. Some people have created some custom tracks based on these realms, but they can only work with what they've got in the game, and that's not quite enough to make the actual feel and style of the actual accelerators films. But that'd be so sick if you could do something like that. Just all of them. There's such a good mix, and it'd be so much fun. And you have to get away from, like I say, that sweeper that then, if it gets you, it like sucks you up inside it and slides you down that way. That'd be so much fun. Imagine getting chased by that. That'd be crazy. It would be a good laugh though, I can't lie. Other than that though, yeah, the game is actually a good laugh. So if you like Hot Wheels, if you like racing games, especially more arcadey type racing games, you'll love this. It's actually really good. And then near the end, when I was just putting some footage together to make this video, I did find that it had a very decent replay function where you can watch back your race after you finished with a replay, and it had some decent little bits for recording / getting a good bit of footage. You'll see basically, but it just swoops around the car constantly, which makes for a good shot most of the time. But not always. Like I say, it's coming up for the very last section of this video. You'll see in a sec. Sweeps around the car, but it makes me always think in games like this. There you go, starts now. Games like this, where you could maybe want a highlight reel. How good would it be if the game had some kind of thing built in where it knows, that was good. You didn't hit any cars, and you overtook 5 cars and drifted and boosted in that 30 seconds. So we'll take that. That's a great highlight. You know what I mean? There's certain things they can have set up to know that you've done something that you probably want to save and it look quite good. So stick that in a highlight, and then at the end, when you finish playing the game, near the end, or at any point during the game, you can just go to this bit, which has a different section called highlights, and it shows you a montage of all your best bits, but into like a really good clip. That'd be so sick. I wish games did it be more, like. Why not just come up with something like that as a game, chuck it in as a feature, that'd be so much fun, I cannot lie. It'd be awesome to see, and it'll be awesome to be like, watch back and just get an absolute buzz from seeing yourself do pretty well in a game. How good would that be? You can do it for loads of different games too, but I'm yet to see it. Let me know if you know a game that has done that. Look at just doing this kind of thing. Look here, where it's clipped together a bunch of clips. So yeah, overall, all I want to say basically is this game is awesome. If you love racing games, and especially if you love the old Hot Wheels games, like especially Stunt Track Challenge, you'll love this. It's not really anything like Need for Speeds or Mario Kart or anything like that. It's its own beast, basically, its own monster. It's very much different to those. Say if you want to challenge, the hard mode is really hard. I can't even get close to beating it. Like I say, I am trash. So the only thing I'd say actually is the only negative is the loading times are sometimes a bit slow. But yeah, other than that, this game is awesome. Make sure you get on a discount and enjoy basically. And the only thing left to say is, of course, have a great day, have a great day, have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Hopefully it was decent. Cheers, all the best, God bless. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Skadoosh.